Good morning, it's Tuesday. It's 8:05, but I've been awake for some time now, since about 6:30. I haven't done anything except washed dishes, because I had a sink full of dishes. And it is so cold outside. I turned on my wood pellet stove at 6:30 when I got up. It was chilly in the house. It's when we got up, it was -1 degree outside. So it's going to be a nice sunny day, though. Whoops. And I'm going to go to the grocery store today. Get that over with. Yeah, the furnace has been running all night. So with the, well, here, let's see if you can see. There you go. It's 71, and it's set to 71. So, I mean, the furnace has been keeping up and everything, but it still feels chilly in the house, probably just because it's cold outside. So, it was nice waking up. My house is all clean. It is so cold. So I told you at 6:30 it was -1 degree. Okay, it's 9:44 now. Hello, 16 degrees. Very cold. It's freezing. So even with my car being in the garage, the car's got to warm up a little bit because I started it and it, you know, sounds a little sluggish. So I'm going to sit here in my driveway and I'm going to wait while my car warms up. And I'm not getting a lot of groceries today. I'm just going to get things that I know that, you know, we've used that I need to replenish, and just get, you know, some things for Harry. And that's all. And so there's my gas gauge. So obviously I need gas. And since I need gas, I'm, you know, the grocery store is not too far. I mean, to go there and back, I have plenty of gas, but I'm at a quarter of a tank. I need gas anyway, and especially going to need it when we go to the airport. I don't really plan on going anywhere else the rest of this week. We got this Arctic blast that's here. It's going to be cold. I'm not going to be doing anything outside. I don't have any other errands that I know that I need to run because I ran to the bank yesterday. I'm going to the store today, and so, you know, not having to worry about it this weekend, you know, go gas up the car. I'll just do it while I'm out today. So I'm going to stop at the gas station probably first and get my gas, and then head over to Super Walmart and get my groceries. It's Wednesday! I really didn't vlog too much yesterday because I had other things that I had to do around the house. I had some reading I had to catch up on and everything, and so I did that. I'm getting ready to go upstairs and get dressed and start my day. But I ate something very early this morning when I woke up. Happiness for a boxer is playing with the squeaky toy. Anyway, what I want to show you, I'm going to give you a couple tips that I use in my, whenever I'm trying to lose weight, okay? In between meals, let's start with that. In between meals, sometimes we get hungry and we want something to eat. But we're wanting to watch our calories, right? Or we're wanting to not, you know, eat something that's got a lot of calories in it or whatever. I do this. I do a couple different things. One thing that you can do is I'll just take a banana. And so we're always keeping bananas on hand. I get a banana and I take half of the banana, and I only eat half of the banana. And I put the other banana in the fridge, the half of it in the fridge. And then like later in the day or even in the evening when I'm wanting a snack, I can go and grab that other half of the banana and eat that, because then that's whole banana for the day, but you've just broken it up. Another thing that you can do is peanut butter. Now this is crunchy peanut butter. I don't usually leave crunchy peanut butter on hand. I think Josiah bought this, but you get a spoon of peanut butter and you just eat the peanut butter. I'm doing this now because, like I said, I ate early this morning when I got up, and it's not lunchtime yet. I got a while before lunchtime. And at lunchtime, I'm going to have a yogurt, but if you eat a spoonful of peanut butter, it fills you up a little bit, you know, because it's heavy, it's sitting there in your stomach, and it kind of fills your appetite a little bit. I'm going to show you what I do when I get craving for chocolate or anything sweet. But first, I gotta eat the peanut butter, and then I'm gonna have to take a glass of water. And that's another reason to eat a spoonful of peanut butter, because you gotta wash it down. You get a big full glass of water and drink that to help wash it down. You've also taken in water, right? And most of our glasses are, you know, a nice sized glass. If you fill this up, this glass here is probably about a 12-ounce glass. So you fill this up to wash your peanut butter down. You've drunk 12 ounces of water. And that's the thing. We don't incorporate a lot of water in our everyday diet. I shouldn't say diet. I should say everyday living, because our body needs water. Lots and lots of water. And people don't drink enough water. So I still have to finish that. But I also need to wash down what I've already eaten. And then I'm going to show you what I do for my sweet craving. Okay. You got your sweet tooth going on. You're hungry. You need something sweet. Whether you want a cookie, you want a piece of pie, you want chocolate, whatever. Semi-sweet chocolate chips is your friend. So always make sure you have semi-sweet chocolate chips. And I always just buy the Nestle's, but sometimes I buy Ghirardelli's, but keep them on hand. Look at this. This is a bag that has been opened. I haven't gotten into this bag since it's probably been since about October. And the reason why is because when the holidays started coming on, I started getting, you know, candy and eating a little bit that in small doses, you know, because of the holidays. But now that the holidays are over, I'm back at my regular routine, trying to cut out, you know, the sweets and everything. But, you know, you still get hungry for sweets. Semi-sweet chocolate is good for you because it's not, you know, watered down. I shouldn't use that term, but that's what I'm going to use for now, because that's the only way I can explain it. But watered down with the milk to make milk chocolate, okay? Because the chocolate comes in bittersweet, and there's different, you know, percentages of bittersweet chocolate, and that is chocolate that is pure chocolate that has no sugar. It's very bitter, but as the percentages go up, they increase a little bit of, you know, the sugar to sweeten it a little bit. And then you get to what we know as semi-sweet chocolate. Semi-sweet chocolate, you know, it has a little bit of the bitter, but a little bit of the sweet, right? Okay, so that's why it's good for you. It does have a little bit of sugar, but it's not a lot of sugar. By the time you get to the milk chocolate, that's where the cream or the milk comes in, and that's where the calories begin to really come, and then they sweeten it a little bit more. And that's why milk chocolate is not good for you. If you're going to have chocolate, really you should have the darker chocolate. Now, a lot of people don't like dark chocolate, and it's an acquired taste, but you know, if you can tolerate dark chocolate, that's the best thing to do. Now, at Christmas, Hershey's, with their little Hershey Kisses, they had dark chocolate, and I'll show you what this looks like. So there it is, and this is really that. It's semi-sweet chocolate is what this pretty basically is, and you can have a few of these. That's what I do during the day. I'll try to get like 3. I might cheat and have 4, but at least like 3 of these. And what I do with those Hershey's, when I have those, I put them in my mouth and I just kind of suck on it a little bit like hard candy, because then it makes it last longer, and then it starts getting real creamy in your mouth and everything. But it just makes it last a little longer instead of just eating it and being done with it. When it comes to the chocolate chips, if you can't find dark chocolate, now you can find dark chocolate bars. You can, certainly use those, but don't sit and eat the whole candy bar. Just break off a couple blocks at a time, and then that's it. But if you use the semi-sweet chocolate chips, I just grab a handful. That's why this bag has been opened, and that's what this is used for, because it's for a little bit at a time. See that right there? That's a handful. So, and it's just, this looks like a lot. But if you were to take this and melt all these little things, it would take a number of them to make, probably one of those. If you were to melt all of those, it would probably be the equivalent of that. So then by the time that, you're separating this, you're going to come up with like 3 to 4 of these size. And that's what I said. I take about that many of these a day when I have these on hand. But just a handful of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And you want to know where I learned that tip from? I learned that years ago. After I had Adam, I had a hard time taking off weight. I was pregnant with him when we moved to Virginia, and I was 4.5 months pregnant with him. My husband traveled all the time. As a matter of fact, the second day that we were there, and we had just opened, some of our boxes to hang pictures and so forth. Harry had to leave that day, and he was gone for like 3 weeks. And there I was in a state I'd never lived in, didn't know anybody, didn't even know my neighbors. I knew where the grocery store was, and I knew where the bank was. I made sure I knew where those two places were. And I was 4.5 months pregnant. Carly was probably about Alex's age. She was just walking, and then, or not even that. She was like 15 months old, and Josiah was 3. And so after I had Adam, I had obviously met, some of my neighbors and so forth, but I was still new to the area. I was away from my family. My husband was traveling all the time, and I found comfort in food, because I like to cook and things like that. So, and I'm cooking all these things, and my kids weren't really eating it because they were all really little. So who ate it? Sandy. So I had a hard time taking off my pregnancy weight when I had Adam. And after, I don't know, about a year after I had him, I said, that's enough. I got to do something. I got to go to Weight Watchers or something. So a neighbor went with me, and that was a tip that I learned from Weight Watchers. When you're hungry and you need something sweet, you want something that's sweet enough that's going to curb that sweetness, especially for chocolate, for those that really, really like chocolate. But at the same time, it's actually still good for you, because dark chocolate has antioxidants in it. Just like I showed you eating the peanut butter. You keep a glass of water on hand, because obviously it's going to get stuck in there, and you got to wash it down. And like I say, we don't drink enough water. Usually, most people, we don't drink enough water. And so by eating that spoonful of peanut butter, which it's a protein, it's also fat, but it's a protein, it's good for you, but then you're going to wash it down with water when maybe you wouldn't have even had a glass of water at that time of the day. You see what I'm saying? And so you need to find things that are still good for you, they're still healthy for you, but they're going to help you in your weight loss journey. So anyway, always keep a bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips on hand. Alright, I've got to go out to my shed, and I've got to bring in some pellet bags. We got an Arctic blast, and it's been really cold here, and we've gone through about 2 bags of pellets a day. So I had no more pellets. I have some pellets out in the garage, and I could easily go out to my garage and go grab some. We got a big pile of them out there that we're saving in case you start getting snows, and the snows start getting 6 inches or higher, and you don't want to be traipsing through the snow to the shed. That's why I have those out there. It's just January. Usually, if any kinds of big snows come, it's usually end of January into February. Of course, that El Nino's out there, and the Pacific, and it's doing all crazy things to the weather. So who knows what is going to happen. I had the boys bring in 10 more bags to the garage and stack them up right by the door as soon as you step outside the door. I did that so that Harry has them next week when we go on vacation, so that he's not having to go out to the shed and bring all that in. Those bags are 45 pounds a piece, and you know, a lot of you guys know that Harry has had open heart surgery about 5 years ago, and he's not supposed to be lifting things, you know, more than 50 pounds. And it'd been one thing if, you know, he has to go outside to get a bag and bring it in, he can do that. But when you got cold weather and you don't want to be going out every day and you're going out to bring in several bags, see, that's, you know, 50 pounds and then going back out, and then another almost 50 pounds and then going back out and bringing in several bags. It's just too much lifting for him. So that's why I stuck those bags out there. So I'm not touching any of those. So now that I am out of bags in the house, I've got to go out to the shed and we've got to go get some. It's so cold here, the ground is frozen solid, and these footprints, the doggy footprints, it's just like solid. It's funny. So anyway, because it's been a warmer winter, I'll tell you what we've burned so far. So all of that is still the same. All of this here is still the same. Just right in here to about like right up in to that height, like that. That's all that we have burned this winter so far, because it's been so doggone warm this winter. Now, I'm not going to complain about having the warmth for the winter, but it just seems weird. You know, in December, we were still getting temperatures in the 70s, and our grass, as you can see, our grass is still really green. And in December, Harry was actually still cutting the grass. Usually about the second week into the third week of November, Harry is done completely cutting the grass. He was still having to cut the grass into December, and that's really strange, even for this area where we live. So anyway, I guess I'll get those 3 bags, and then I'll come in and get probably not 3 more, but 2 more. And maybe I'll just grab that one. Grab those, grab one of those, and grab that. And then, yeah, and then we're starting to make our way towards the back now. So anyway, time to get busy. Look at that. They go outside with Mommy for just a few minutes, and they think that they should get cookies. So, I guess I'll give them cookies while I hang my keys up. There you go. I always feel like I'm passing out candy to trick-or-treaters. So many dogs. Okay, so let me show you something here. There you go. This is what I love about having my big chairs there, and there's a gap between the chair and the wall where the windows are, and you can't see anything. When I even had my wood burning stove, I had a container over there and a crate container behind this chair that's what I filled my wood in, and I showed that to you guys before in the past. But I think I showed you over here, well, I know I've showed you over here on this side. I keep the extra pellets that I need to dump into the stove, which I just got done doing, and I keep my little vac, which I gotta clean out the filter in there today. But then, do you see that? So I've got 6 bags of pellets here, and my register's clear. I have a register back there, and things can get up. Same thing over here. I keep it clear. So anyway, you saw the pellet bags, but see, then when you come over here, you don't see it. So I could have guests in my house and so forth, and unless they get back there, they don't know any of that's there. And when I'm filming, I mean, you guys know it's back there now, but you guys didn't know that that was back there, did you? Anyway, big bulky furniture comes in handy.